Another question that I hear is how I love junk food, and I live in the dorm and I come home late at night and I just want to have some cookies or whatever. How do I balance um, wanting to snack, but finding snacks that are nutritionally sound, give me good long-term energy, and aren't going to make me gain weight if I eat too much or at the end of the night or that kind of thing.
Yeah, good question. So the way I think of it is you have the garbage and the garbage men. We're human. We're going to eat garbage, right? And that's the food that isn't really all that nutrient dense for our body. So thinking of, food is more than information, it's calories, right? Or sorry, food is more than calories, it's information. um, and so when we're having that garbage, that's sending this message to our body of like, alert, alert, probably store this as fat, right? And so if we're consuming the garbage men, that's going to be the less processed foods. So let's say, for example, like a Reese's peanut butter cup is probably going to be more garbage, just because when we look at those ingredients, we're kind of like, not really sure what all these ingredients are. And there's like probably multiple forms of sugar in there and more pro-inflammatory oils. And so then let's look at the garbage men, which might be a square of ideally dark chocolate with some peanut butter on it, and ideally a peanut butter that doesn't have any sugar in it. So ingredients should just be peanuts and salt. So now we have these two whole food ingredients as opposed to this really processed option. So the goal is to come up with alternatives that are less processed so that you don't feel deprived and you don't feel like, oh gosh, I really just want that flavor. And if I don't have it, I'm just going to go and eat these other healthy things. And now after all that didn't satisfy me, I'm going to go eat the other like garbage anyway. And so feeling that satisfaction, I think, is key, and making these small changes where you're almost like making your own dessert or your own like junk food option. But looking at it also as, okay, maybe I had some cookies, or I know that I'm going to be very likely to go and eat cookies at the end of the night. Okay, that's garbage. You're adding to the landfill in your body. How can we make sure that we're bringing in the garbage men all throughout the rest of the day to clean up that garbage and to help your body function and run at this optimal level so that you have this like ongoing energy and you have this mental clarity and stamina and endurance and all of that. And so that might look like, incorporating like what Kathy had mentioned for a breakfast of the toast with some avocado and spinach and then an egg and some pico de gallo. It's colorful, it's balanced, it's your garbage men, right? And so bringing things like that in for the majority of your day is going to help to kind of offset it, rather than looking at, okay, I had cookies or I had, junk food. Now throw in the reins, right? Like I might as well just keep eating that way. We want to kind of balance it out and give your body that like TLC through your food, remembering that your food is information and way more than just the calories. So
So we
hopefully
don't. So the goal is to recognize that we're going to snack, and that's okay. That gives pleasure to life.
Yeah.
So ideally, you try to find a healthier snack, like what you gave as an example. But if you have cookies, it's okay every once in a while. You just balance it out throughout the rest of the day.
Yeah. Yeah. And also recognizing that guilt and shame, in my opinion, are two of the most toxic things that we can do for our health. So rather than viewing things as like cheat or bad, I look at it as good, better, best for foods. Nothing is bad because we're human. Like we're going to eat things that aren't maybe ideal, but that's okay. And then rather than saying it's a cheat, it's a mindful indulgence. Right? Because our verbiage can tell our brain totally different messages. So rather than feeling guilt and shame, we end up feeling empowered by our food choices. And that's the way we should feel, because then it takes away that deprivation and like, oh my gosh, I just need to have it. It's like, okay, that's fair food. I can eat it. Like maybe I'm not going to overindulge. And if you do, so be it. Just bring in your garbage bin.
I like that. That's a really nice way of looking at how you approach a balanced eating lifestyle. Yeah. It's resetting your mind frame. Yes?
Absolutely.
Okay.